Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
You can't reason with the sun. Trust us, we've tried. This summer, it's time to put that angry ball of fire on mute. Columbia's OmniShade technology is engineered to protect you from the sun's harsh rays that can burn and damage your skin. The sun is relentless, but so is our gear. Level up your summer at Columbia.com to spend more time outside and less time slathering on aloe lotion. You're welcome. Columbia, engineered for whatever.
Let's talk about insurance today. Someone recently asked, do I think it's necessary for business insurance when they're just doing a pop-up? They have a dream for a food truck, but at the moment all they have is a DBA and they're planning that very first pop-up. So let me give you my answer today. Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the Executive Director of the National Street Food Vendors Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. So the short answer is yes, it is 100% necessary. And it's not because I like making things more complicated. It's definitely not because I like to add one more expense to a startup budget. Here's the reality. The minute you step out and sell to the public, you are taking on real risk. I don't care what your menu is. I don't want you thinking small. I don't want you thinking cheap. Because people will say, it's just one pop-up. It's just temporary. I'm just testing the concept. I'm not even a full food truck. The public doesn't care. Most likely, they don't know you're just starting. The law, the property owner, the event organizer, the person who claims that they got sick are not going to say, oh, it's okay. It's your first pop-up. Never mind. That's not how life works. A pop-up is still a real business. It's a real business with real activity, which means it needs to be insured. You just don't know what's going to happen. So think about it. What if something goes wrong at the exact moment you start getting traction? Insurance is not about being pessimistic, worrying about something that will happen. It's about surviving something that does happen. Do you know how many people start a business and they worry about logos and signs and menu boards and social media names, and then they treat insurance like it's an afterthought? That's almost backwards. Insurance, again, is not there because you expect a disaster every day. It's there for when a disaster potentially happens, which could wipe out months of work, could wipe out years of profit. Here's an example, few examples of what insurance covers. A customer trips over a tent weight. Maybe the table leg sticks out just a little bit, catches their foot. Generator cord. Someone trips and falls. Someone claims your food made them sick. How about a fire that started from your equipment? How about a landlord or event host that says you damaged something? Whether you did or didn't doesn't matter. You still got to deal with you being blamed for it. How about an employee that gets hurt? Even a family member that gets hurt. Because you know what happens when you go to the hospital with an injury? The nurse says, hey, how'd you get hurt? And you just think they're talking. Nope, they're filling out notes just in case there's an issue with insurance. And if you don't have insurance that's going to pay it, they coming after you. Heaven forbid your vehicle gets involved in a business-related accident on the way there or even on the way back. Do you want to handle that with hope or you want to handle it with coverage? There are compliance laws that require insurance be tied to permits and to labor laws. So the fact that you've gotten a permit could, in some places, send a signal to the state to be looking for your insurance. And if you don't have it, the state, just like they do with driver's licenses, will send you that nasty thing saying, hey, you need insurance or we're going to revoke your license. There are a whole bunch of events that require you to have general liability for every single pop-up. Could be 1 million, could be 2 million. They expect it and they want to be also listed as a co-insured. That is very common. Usually when people start to ask me about, why do I have to do that? That tells me that, well, you probably don't have insurance to begin with, because you should know why they want you to be insured and you should know how to get them listed as a co-insured for those 2 days that you're there or 1 day that you're there. If you're thinking, but it's only a pop-up, that's what gets you in trouble. One pop-up is enough for a slip and fall. I've worked for a number of companies over the years, 13 of them to be exact, and I've opened up 39 different brand spanking new units. One of them that we had was a converted Hardee's. Converted it from a Hardee's to a Burger King. I ran it when it was Hardee's, ran it when it was Burger King. Our opening day for Burger King in Shalimar, Florida, we hadn't even been open but a couple of hours. An older lady, super excited to come in and see me, because she knew me from Hardee's, super excited to come in. Before she even gets inside, slips and falls on the sidewalk. And of course, we had to call an ambulance because she was older, so you can't have an older person laying on the sidewalk. To call an ambulance, we got police and ambulance and all that stuff. And of course, we had to call our insurance company to get them to also be involved with that slip and fall. It happens. One food complaint. I've had a number of food complaints over the years, not because we made people sick, but because people don't understand how foodborne illness works. They always blame the last thing they ate, which may not be the catalyst for why they got sick in the first place. But the neat thing about foodborne illness complaints is if the health department already knows how you operate, they know you're not the problem, and they just go through the motions of checking you out and then getting the pertinent information for your food sourcing so they can go farther up the chain. I've had them come in and say, Bill, got a complaint. I know everything's fine, but I need to look at certain records so they can figure out if the complaint originated with our food. They know it wasn't us, but whoever produced the food or grew the food. All of those things happen. You could have a grease fire. You could have a generator that catches something on fire. You could make somebody mad, and then they want to create problems for you. And you could just apply for events and they decline you because you don't have that certificate of insurance. Here's the bigger truth. If you're serious enough to open and sell stuff to the public, you already need to start thinking like a business, not like somebody with a side hustle. A lot of owners wait till they actually have something tangible like a food truck or a food trailer, and then they start to think like a business owner, and that is too late. Your systems should start before you ever have a food truck or food trailer. If you're setting up in a tent, you need to have a business structure, you need to have permits, you need to have safe food handling, you need to have bookkeeping, you got to have insurance, and then you got to understand the business requirements and document everything. You don't want to be surprised when somebody gets hurt or tries to blame you for something that went wrong. You can't pretend the first pop-up didn't happen. It's a business. Act like it. Now, if you tell me that you've got your DBA and you're planning a pop-up and you want that food truck dream to become a reality later, here's what I'm going to say. Get serious today. I want you to look into general liability. I want you to look into commercial auto. I want you to look into workers' comp, because some states actually require the owner to have workers' comp even if they have no employees. I want you to look into the exact permitting process so that you understand how much you're getting yourself into. The beginner's mistake is thinking insurance is optional because their revenue is small. It is not. Most people that want to avoid insurance and they shop for the cheapest, and that's also annoying, and they do it because they don't have a lot of cash, they don't have a lot of legal support, they don't have a lot of good advice floating around them. They shop by price rather than coverage, and then they lie. Most insurance is volume based, and when you say, I'm going to do the least amount of volume possible so I can get the cheapest rates, well, guess what happens? Denied claims when you need it the most. It's not hard to verify your sales. Not hard at all. So don't think of insurance as a painful cost. It's just the price of doing business. And that way you don't have to gamble. Doesn't matter whether you're doing burgers or tacos or lemonade or coffee or whatever it is. Don't build your business on a crossed finger. Make sure you have a legal setup. Have all your permits in a row.
Hey, business owners, the NFL season is a big revenue driver. Now there's a smarter way to get ready. EverPass is the only authorized commercial platform for NFL Sunday Ticket, delivering every live out-of-market regular season Sunday afternoon game. Lock in the best offer now with up to 40% off, saving up to $2,500. For the first time, you can pay over 9 months. Get up to 6 free devices and a free bar kit. Sign up by April 27th. Visit everpass.com. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Eczema is unpredictable, but you can flare less with Ebglyss, a once-monthly treatment for moderate to severe eczema. After an initial 4-month or longer dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintained skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
You understand safe food handling, you document everything that you do, and you're a professional. Get the insurance. Talk to a professional that deals with insurance for food trucks and food trailers, and read the contract. What the agent says doesn't matter. What matters is what the contract says. You need insurance, just go get it. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're enjoying what we do, please do 2 things for me. Number 1, click the like, follow, subscribe, whatever your platform wants you to do. That way you'll know whenever we put out a new episode. Second thing is to go to nsfva.org. Join our association. It's $19 a month. We give a lot of live coachings. Every week we do 2. Every week we also do a live class. Plus there's hours upon hours of training there already recorded that you can jump into right now. $19 a month. You're not going to find a better deal that's going to help you out more in your business.